Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, it's my job to tell jokes and it's your job to laugh. So just know that if you don't find this porn review funny, it's you failing your job, not me. Today's video is called Stepsister's Fuck Bunny. First of all, it comes to us from Bratty Sis. I've got to say, I've got beef with this channel. It always starts with the distinctive, "You're the best big brother I could have ever asked for." I don't need to be hearing that before my video. We open with a shot of the stepsister in question, wearing some of those jean shorts that leave your ass hanging out the bottom. Strange attire for your house. She's leaning over the counter, loading some Easter eggs. We ask, "What are you doing?" She replies, "What does it look like? I'm filling the eggs with candy." This is the first shot we see of her face. Personally, I'm a fan of the actress they chose. She's not particularly attractive, but she looks like a real dummy. And I like when the actresses look dumb, because it makes the plots more believable. You'll see what I mean. We tell her that Jason from school has a crush on her, and she responds, "Ew." Poor Jason. She evidently prefers older guys because they're more sophisticated. When we ask how old, she says, "I don't know, maybe your dad's age," and then giggles. Turns out she means exactly our dad's age, because she says, "I think he's super hot." We call him a nerd, informing her that he's dressing up as a bunny today. It's Easter. She says, "I would even fuck him in the bunny costume."
Yes. Don't ever call me doll.
This turns out to be a mistake on her part. Side note, I paused the video and got an ad that said, "Asian sex cult penis ritual leaked, disturbing video, click here." How deranged have we become that some people probably clicked on that? Anyway, we call her a freak, she turns around showing us her ass again, and then the scene cuts away. This turns out to be a smooth transition, because the next scene opens with her ass again, except now she's pulling down her pants to reveal her shame.
So wholesome roast beef sandwiches. Slices and slices of tender roast beef. The kind of roast beef Arby's takes the time to make right.
Don't worry, Mom. I'm eating right.
The camera's perfectly framed to see this, which doesn't make much sense, since it's been first person up until this point. That's why I've been describing our protagonist as we. She strips down completely and then gets on the counter, which is obviously perfectly standard behavior I'm sure we can all relate to. This is where my first gripe comes into play. The title the video was posted under is "Big Booty Stepsis Eliza Ibarra Tricked into Fucking Stepbro on Easter." From the perspective of search engine optimization, I've got to applaud that title. They've got booties, step-siblings, tricking, which plays into all of our fantasies that attractive women wouldn't have sex with us unless we deceived them, and Easter, which is well-timed, obviously. The problem with this is that big isn't the best description of her booty. I'd have no qualms with that ass if it wasn't marketed as it was, but it's definitely not big, not by 2021 standards at least. These days, if your ass doesn't make you look buoyant, it's not big. If you don't get taller when you sit down, your ass is medium. We used to bring women on boats because what a great combo. Now we bring them on because they make good personal flotation devices. Having never fucked a Kim Kardashian or a Cardi B,
guess what, bitch? I'm telling you, shit is real. Shit is getting real. Woo! Bitch, I'm scared.
I honestly wonder if my above-average sized dick could even reach their bagoombas. Anyway, at the end of the day, she is attractive, so I'm not that mad. But I came here to watch a man deceive a woman into sex, not to be myself deceived into masturbation. We watch her get on the counter naked from around the corner. In typical stepsister fashion, she's completely oblivious. We put on an Easter bunny costume, clever move, and walk right up to her. She's in the process of putting confetti on her tits, and doesn't notice us until we're like a foot away. She seems not at all startled by this man she thinks is the guy who bangs her mom, and asks if we can help her put on her decorations for her. She says this in an innocent childlike voice, which is pretty ridiculous. Like she doesn't know what she's doing. Like she's innocently laying naked on the counter with Easter confetti on her tits. Evidently, we find these terms agreeable because we start adjusting the boobfetti for her. It falls off and we return it. She then notices the biology in the room and points out that it looks like we have, quote, "a little hard-on going on there." I didn't come to this video to be emasculated. I find the suggestion that it's little to be deeply offensive. What do you think if I take that out? She continues. She then takes it out. If what she gets out is little, then, boys, you and I truly have no hope. My dude is straight packing. She goes, what do you think if I put my mouth on it? As if that's going to be where my guy draws the line. She then goes to do that, and we get a shot of this beast next to her head. This thing is veinier than your grandma's hands and worryingly large. I don't know how this girl's going to handle it. She can barely get the damn thing in her mouth. There's not much to say about the next scene. It's pretty standard if you're into that kind of thing. She does the thing my girlfriends have never wanted to do, where she goes so hard she starts making noises like there's a piece of salami caught in the back of her throat. Then she asks him to pleasure her, and puts a leg up on the counter in preparation for this Easter bunny to hop on inside. She sure seems to enjoy the furry action that proceeds. I will say that as a viewer, it's pretty irresponsible of them to be going at it without any protection. Can't be mad at them for having a little fun, but we wouldn't want that fun to result in a half-human, half-rabbit monstrosity, especially because that abomination would be able to go on the internet and watch his conception. Who the hell wants that? She then decides to switch positions, entering like a modified frog pose for all you yogis watching. The problem I have with this is that as a parent, this would be my fucking nightmare. The way she's situated puts her parts directly on the marble counter, which first of all, that's got to be super cold. Can't be very enjoyable. But second of all, people eat off that counter, you animal. Imagine discovering that not only is your daughter fucking her stepbrother, she's doing it in a way that turns your counter into a semi-incestuous biohazard. When I have kids, and they reach the age where Kellogg's no longer keeps them from committing sins, I'm going to have to lock every part of the house down that I want to keep clean. Those fuckers are getting locked in their rooms 24/7, and I'll have a crew come in and spray down their rooms once a month. Anyway, she next turns around, meaning her allegedly big pooper is on the counter now. In my opinion, they should just sell the house. I would. She also keeps saying he's so deep when he's like a third of the way in, which sure fucks with my self-esteem. Finally, to round it out, he removes himself from her, and luckily just in time to save the world from having to suffer some furry monstrosities. She takes off the rabbit mask, something you'd think you'd do before fucking whoever's under it, and goes, "What the hell?" when she realizes who it actually is. She seems kind of upset, but then she says she can't be mad because it was pretty good. She tells him he's not a little-dicked loser like she thought. He's actually a big-dicked loser. I'm glad the video could end on some playful ribbing between siblings.
Ryan, stab somebody!
Alright, now for what I thought about the video. I liked that the stepsister thinks she's banging her stepdad. As immoral as this would be on real life on so many levels, in a sense it captures both a stepdaughter and a stepsister fantasy all in one. Not many videos have found a good way to do that. You can't make a video where it's a dad and his son banging the same girl. They'd be too competitive. I know if I was in a three-way with my dad, we'd be too focused on one-upping each other to really enjoy it.
Get out of here, boy.
Yes, by all means, Junior, run away. Let Daddy do all the heavy lifting for you.
Let go!
Calm down, boy. You are not ready for this.
I am ready.
And here I thought my family was fucked up.
So it's cool that they came up with a creative way to fit both concepts in one film. I'm also glad that they had her discover the bunny's secret identity at the end. It would have been a real letdown if this hero hadn't gotten the credit he deserves. See, all storytelling relies on tension and release. In porn, that release is a little bit on the nose, sometimes literally. But from a narrative perspective, this one has a second kind of tension to release. As an audience, we know that the bunny isn't the stepdad, but the stepdaughter doesn't know that. There's the tension. We're asking ourselves if she's going to find out, how she'll feel if she does. All sorts of questions like that. We get our release from this tension when she discovers who it is. Fortunately, she's not upset. Also, from a practical perspective, think about how awkward the dinner table would be the next day if she kept making winky faces and glances at the stepdad, but he had no idea what was going on. It would have made for an uncomfortable conversation or two. I liked that it was themed, really got me feeling festive for the Easter holiday. Excited to do some egg hunts and eat some jelly beans, you know? I think this kind of celebration was what the church was thinking of when it implemented the holiday. Although it did make me a little more weary of anyone in a bunny costume. I'm not trying to get piped by my stepbrother, thinking I'm banging Ariana Grande. Don't worry, it makes sense. I have two main complaints. First, I don't like being lied to. She is not a big booty bitty. It's certainly acceptable, and for a normal human being, it's sizable. Even by my standards, it's big. But by 2021 standards, she may as well be anorexic. Don't lie to me in your marketing. And two, I feel bad for the parents. Look, at the end of the day, if you have stepkids, I guess at this point you just have to accept that they're going to fuck one another. It's apparently inevitable. But I'd hope that they'd have the decency to not get their fluids all over the place you chop your carrots. I'm not trying to toss a salad where my son just tossed a different salad. At the end of the day, I'd give this video about 3 Easter bunnies out of 5. It was exceptionally average. Anyway, please like and subscribe. I'm sure YouTube won't let this content stay up for very long, so if you want to catch it when it releases, that'd probably be a good move. And with that, I'll catch you next time, degenerates.